It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Miami Dolphins and the Seattle Seahawks. Next on Madden Football.
It's known as one of the loudest stadiums in sports for a reason. And it'll only get louder as the collective 12th man starts cheering for their Seahawks. Welcome to Lumen Field in Seattle. Up in the booth alongside Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate. The ball is teed up as rain continues to fall. And we're underway from Seattle. Return coming from the 6. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And they'll stick this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. So out come the Seahawks for their first offensive possession. They're led out by someone amidst their second act as an NFL QB. He was a second-rounder back in 2013, Geno Smith.
When Geno Smith won Comeback Player of the Year, it was really hard to find another comp. You know, the NFL, we love to always compare and contrast guys from different eras or project them moving forward. But there just were not many stories like Geno Smith, who just waited and persevered a decade in the NFL before he flourished. But what came to life finally was just the arm strength, the accuracy, the playmaking ability that was there at West Virginia, and it just took some time and maybe a little love from Pete Carroll at that time to really elevate his confidence and elevate his game.
And they make the stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Staying with Walker. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Tackle made by Brooks. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Shotgun snap to Smith. Escapes a defender. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. It was Tyrell Dodson with the tackle. 3rd and just 2 to go.
3rd and 2.
Now an inside give to Walker. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives a defense and a defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right, they win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
And he drives this forward to the 6. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run, but I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon.
And this is caught. It's a Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks finish up an excellent opening series. Tyler Lockett, the touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
That one right down the middle. And the Seahawks will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Eskridge to return it. Good looking return here, and he's got room. So the Dolphins offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a proud Samoan and one of your few fellow lefty QBs, Brock, Tua Tagovailoa.
Tua's early career, yeah, it was known for injuries. Maybe not being as durable and as available as you want in a top 10 pick. But the last few years, he's taken great strides to rewrite that narrative. Remember, this was a guy that rewrote the record books in Hawaii, won a national championship at Alabama, and nobody questioned the accuracy of that left arm. It was just the availability, well, that he's had to rewrite, and he's done a heck of a job.
First down, here's Tua. He smartly won't risk something here and just chucks it away. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Opening carry for Devon Achane. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Julian Love bringing that one to an end. 6 yards to pick up there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Off the play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Kobe Bryant has it. And the Seahawks will take the interception back across midfield before they finally track him down.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick 6? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
The Seahawks taking the field for their second possession. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Out of the gun, here's Smith. Bobo with the ground. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
And the Seahawks, first down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Walker now from the gun. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
And that's good for another Seahawks. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
They won't snap it in time. That is going to be the end of the first quarter. Neither. About set for the second quarter. Seahawks football here. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. A play fake. Now Smith to throw. It's caught Metcalf. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Connects with Fant. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. All set up now for 1st and 10. Hand off to Walker from the gun. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 12-yard line.
From the gun, Smith. Cut near the goal line. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Walker. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
And he's able to get back to the line, but that is all. It looked like they had it, but nope, no gain, and now they're just inches short for 3rd down. He's going to keep this one. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Seahawks pull that in front further. 13-zip. Geno Smith with a touchdown. He finds his way in on the sneak. All right, Brock, wondering your thought here, because to me it felt like they already had a play picked out to go for it on 4th down if that sneak hadn't worked. Do you agree?
Well, by they, if you mean the guys in the booth on the sideline, sure. But the 11 on the field, that effort just showed you they were not thinking about anything else but pushing it across the line.
That one splits the uprights. And the Seahawks double their lead to 14. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Washington now to return. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. So Miami headed out for its 2nd drive of the game. They haven't been able to get that offense going just yet, Brock. The deficit at 14. They'll start the drive with Achane. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd down carry for Achane. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. He didn't get anything on that run, so struggles on the ground, leaving them with 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Now it's Jake Bailey, who's out to punt this for the Dolphins. And this will be his first effort of the contest. Kick is away, and this one might bring rain. Wow, what a kick. And things just seem to keep snowballing for them. Now their special teams is involved. That's into the end zone for a touchback. First down, Smith to throw. He finds Fant. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And his short game gets them a new set of downs. We're at the 2-minute warning now from Seattle. It's the Seahawks. With it, 1st and 10. Smith setting to throw. Pass complete to Walker. Dukes out a one-stop. They got 24 yards on the play. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
That's good for a Seattle Seahawks.
Smith back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks.
It's a pickup for 6.
From the 39. Hits him on the out route. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. And again, it's Smith. He's on the move. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or 2 short of the 25.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the 1st down.
From the 26 on 2nd down. Forced out to his right. Metcalf's got it, complete. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Walker is in. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just machine, surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
That one right down the middle. And the Seahawks stretch their lead to 21. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Washington now to return. This return makes it up to the 25. The Dolphin offense taking over late in this half. And losing by 3 scores, they'll have a final chance to take at least 3 off the deficit before halftime. Tagovailoa on first down. Short pass brought in. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. Able to find Achane. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Tua off the play fake. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! But the Dolphins able to track that one down and cover it, so crisis at least momentarily averted. Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Another try following the sack. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! But the Dolphins able to track that one down and cover it, so crisis at least momentarily averted. So a crisis averted a moment ago, but their reward, a really tough 3rd down here. Well, last play didn't work out too well. Looks like they're going ground game now. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Now Seattle gonna call its 2nd timeout. Bringing the heat up the middle, and they block it!
There was some vulnerability right up the middle, a punter's nightmare, and that's exactly where they attacked. Pressure got through, got a straight shot at the punter, who couldn't get it off in time.
The Seahawk offense ready to get going once again. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone, but through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
Yeah, and in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion.
Woo, very fortunate that didn't go as a turnover, and it sets up 2nd down. Back to the air, it's Smith. He throws a bullet deep to the right side, and through the back of the end zone and out of bounds. Thought he had a touchdown there, and that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Smith. Chased out to his right. On the run right, throwing deep down the side. And this falls incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining. Jason Myers out there now to try a field goal for the Seahawks on 4th down. It's 45 yards he'll try to connect from. Myers' kick is good. And our first half ends with 3 points. We've reached halftime from Seattle. It's the Seahawks leading in front of the home crowd. Now we'll go coast to coast. Jonathan Coachman. Understood. Some people would rather get right back to the field to play. And so we will as we advance to the start of the 2nd half. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Washington now to return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Dolphins getting their offense out there to start off this 2nd half. All the touchdowns have come from one side of the field, Brock. They're still looking for their first points of any kind in a game that has gotten out of hand. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Tua now from the gun. Near the sideline, Waddle's got it. And a solid gain gets them across the 45 before he goes out. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Running back sent in motion. 1st down, Tagovailoa to throw. Escapes the puck. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Trying again, following the sack. He gets it complete to his man, Tyreek Hill. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Off the play fake, here's Tagovailoa. Flush down now to his left. And this time they're gonna get there, and they drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. So the Dolphins readying for the punt. And he's gonna try to avoid having a second one blocked here. And he drives this one into the pouring rain. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're gonna mark it a little before the 20. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. The Seahawks offense taking the field now. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. Walker gets the pitch. And he reaches the 35 before going out. Pickup of 5 on that play. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down. Running with Walker again. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up.
You know, it's tough to succeed at linebacker in most defenses if you can't hold your own in coverage. They rely on you to break up throws just like that and take some of the stress off the secondary.
Throwing on 3rd, Smith. On the move, headed right. Oh, he's gonna run for it. And he'll go out of bounds close to that 35-yard line. They get 27 on the play. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down. We'll give up the gut to Walker. Continuing to turn those legs inside the 25. And they'll finally bring him down at the 22. Well, we've talked about this before, Brock. The thinking's simple but effective. We'll stop getting it to this guy when you find a way to stop it, and they have yet to do that today.
You know, there's just certain things up in this booth that I love. I think you could feel it emanating from me. And one of them is when you impose your will, and you don't back away from it. If they can't stop it, run it right at them.
That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal. Running left, here's Walker. And he drives it forward for a modest gain. Well, this certainly has been a memorable contest for him. His coaches, man, they're going to take this kind of output every single game.
This goes a little beyond the expectations they have for him, maybe even for himself. What impresses me so much, Kate, the guy just doesn't tire, getting stronger, literally, as this game's going on.
Walker. And he takes this one in for a Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks push their lead further to start the half. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Point after up and good for Myers. And the Seahawks continue piling onto this lead. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Washington now to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Miami off. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They go play action with Tagovailoa. And this throw is knocked away, incomplete.
You know, that is so hard to do. It's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Desperation time here on 4th. Throw caught by his running back. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa finds him over the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And it'll be 1st down, Miami. Here's Tua again. Completed over the middle. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. 2nd and 3 now. Sticking to the air, it's Tagovailoa. Completes this one to Braxton Berrios. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. On play action, here's Tagovailoa. And he'll take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins putting up points in a game decided. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
Sanders connects on the point after. And the Dolphins get it back to a full 3 possessions now, 24 points. Not really much of an avenue left for a comeback in this one, but they still have to try the onside kick here. And it looks like the Seahawks are able to recover that kick. And he's able to get this down to the 36. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. To the ground with Walker. And he found a gap to take this down to the 28. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 28-yard line.
The give now to Walker. Has some space inside the 15. And he's finally taken down at the 7-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
He's tackled at the 7-yard line. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Here's Walker running right. And they'll make this stop after a small push to the 5. Give him a couple on the run, and it's now 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
And they take it across the goal line. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks keep running away with this. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot, but on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you can strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating. And yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Washington now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Offense returning to the field now for the Dolphins. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. First down, here's Tua. He's on the move. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And they'll try to build on that big stop. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Now Tagovailoa to throw. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Throwing, here's Tagovailoa on 3rd. Got his target, it's Hill. And they're gonna bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Offense going for it here, 4th and 5. They've got a man in motion. Here he goes, gotta have this on 4th down. And there's a man there, it's intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks will be on the doorstep of the end zone as he is stopped just short of a pick 6.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life, really on both sides of the ball. While you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block, and then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick 6, yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
1st and goal, here's Walker. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard. They only get a yard that time, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. They're lining up on the doorstep, 2nd and goal from inside the 1. Walker goes up and over for the touchdown. The Seahawks throwing 6 more on the blowout. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. Took a couple of runs into that wall before they finally punched it across for the score.
Well, that defensive front, you know they were dialed up to make a stand, but it was going to be a challenge to make another 2 stops even after that one. That crack formed in the wall, and it burst through for a touchdown.
That one splits the uprights. And the Seahawks grow their lead yet again. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Washington now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Dolphins offense ready to go as they take the field. And they'll get one final chance in a game that, to put it mildly, Brock, has been a bit of a miserable experience for them. Tagovailoa on 1st down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. He won't be able to make the catch. It's incomplete. Looking for the back that time. So 2nd down coming up. Throwing again. Here's Tua. It's caught left side by Hill. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down. To the air yet again. Tagovailoa. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talked about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. They kick the running back in motion. Here he is on 3rd and long. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a 4th down.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target and make a play on it.
Pressure gets there again. It's another block. And that return comes to an end as they touch him down.
You could see the vulnerability right up the middle from the jump, and that's exactly where the special teams attacked. Pressure got through, had a straight shot right at the punter, who couldn't get it off in time.
1st down, ball at the 36. The Seattle offense eager to get back on the field. Walker on 1st down. And they should just be able to kneel out what time remains. There's 3 timeouts defensively still available, but using them is not going to alter this outcome.
That's good for the Seahawks.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he's going to run this one well into the red zone to the 14. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. So it's a win for the Seahawks. And we know how rain can wreak havoc at any moment on a football field, but they didn't let that stop them today. They played their game, and as a result, they're leaving here with a victory. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Heward, and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Seahawks winners as we say so long from Seattle.